Good morning, world.
Good morning. Well, as you can see, I have my hat on. Backwards hat's Brian. So you know today is a Tom MacDonald review day. We're going to look at his song, Withdrawals.
All right, before we get into the actual video, this is a real important and somber subject. It's about addiction. If any of you out there are dealing with it or know anybody who's dealing with it, don't go it alone. Here's just one number that I found that you can call for support. We'll go over this at the end, but this is a real tough thing, and 2020 has shown that there has been a lot of deaths due to overdose, drug overdose. So we're going to review this song. We hope you like it.
Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. All right, I was sorry to be heavy at the beginning, but it is an important subject, and there's a lot of loss of life when it comes to drug addiction, so we just want to make sure that you have all the resources you need.
Before we get started, we just want to let you guys know out there and just be completely transparent with you. Brian and I do not classify our channel as a reaction channel. There's a lot of great reaction channels out there. We're not one of them. Tom is the only artist we've looked at so far. We like his stuff. It fell in line with what we were talking about. And so sometimes we'll take a listen to it, and then we'll give you our review of it. Just want to let you guys know that, so let's hit it.
All right.
The doctor said to talk to him if I wanted to get off my meds, but I never called his office and poured the bottle in the garbage can.
Okay, so I know some of you get mad at me because I stop it. Again, if you want to watch the full video without any interruptions, go to Tom's site right now. Go watch the video, then come back. You can watch our reaction. There's a couple reasons why I stop it. One, when we hear a lyric that we want to react to or respond to, we don't want it to go too far. So again, go watch the video if you want to just watch it without any interruptions. I will go back so that you can hear the whole bars, and I'll try to stop it when I can. I just wanted to make a comment because everybody knows that Tom went through alcoholism.
Yes.
Right? And he also had a breakdown. So those are the two things. He had to fight his addictions. But what he mentioned here is that he went to the doctor to talk about his prescription meds. So this isn't only about his alcoholism. And I don't know if he had problems with prescription medications after he had his breakdown, but I know many, many, many do. And that's just the reason I wanted to stop that, because in the song, right at the beginning, he talks about going to his doctor to try to get off meds. So again, just to put it in perspective.
And he just gave up smoking 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So let's go back.
The doctor said to talk to him if I wanted to get off my meds, but I never called his office and poured the bottle in the garbage can. I'm stuck in this apartment and I'm anxious like the cops are here. I tried to call like all my friends, none of them are answering. Is this the moment where I can't control it? Got no appetite, I guess the party's over. I can't sleep at night and I keep rolling over, cause my skin is itchy and the paranoia got me worried sick and it is so annoying. I've been throwing up, it looked like motor oil, but I chose to quit and now I can't avoid it. The right things to do are the hardest choices. Is this the moment?
So you mentioned that before, throwing up like looks like it's motor oil.
Right, yeah.
So again, Cedric and I haven't gone through withdrawals from anything like this. The closest thing I came to is I did have a severe bout of depression, and I had to go through that depression, and it was so bad the doctors wanted to give me medicine, so they gave me Xanax. Luckily, I took it a few times, but it's something that people get addicted to, and I didn't. So, you know, thank goodness. And I had Cedric in my life and my wife, and I had people to help me. And in this video, you're going to see he talks about going through this alone. I don't recommend going through this type of stuff alone. Most of the deaths that you have from overdose are people found alone. So again, just a serious subject. Any of you out there who have gone through this and can relate to this, you know, we feel for you. I'm glad you made it to the other side.
Annoying. I've been throwing up, it looked like motor oil, but I chose to quit and now I can't avoid it. The right things to do are the hardest choices. Is this the moment when I need a donor? Liver failing from the liquor pouring, while the room is spinning, it ain't vodka soda. What is almost killing me is being sober. Talk about pitfalls, surrounded by brick walls. This is what kids call withdrawal. Deleted every number from my phone, I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really
going to go back. So again, he talks about he deleted all the numbers on his phone. And I get that. You want to delete the people that are going to pull you back in your addiction.
Right.
What you don't want to do is delete the people that may help you get out of that.
Right.
So, and he talks about how hard it is. He'd rather be out,
Right.
with his friends partying.
Right.
And what did we say? The right things are the hardest things to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, I promise I won't stop it much anymore. I just wanted to hit those points right at the beginning.
All life, never cared for therapists. My arrogance embarrassing. It isn't fair to tear with this. Addiction placed my parents in. I'm scared repair will never fix the voluntary negligence, the wear and tear my errors did. They almost had to bury me. Is this the moment where I screw up and relapse? Waste all my money on rehab. Can't take a pill from the doctor to relax. Lash out in anger whenever I react. Feel like a weak man, I don't wanna be that. Living every day to get a buzz on the weekend. I'm in the deep end, fighting with demons. Trying to stay clean, I just really need a reason. My bones are
That sign
Yeah.
about not wanting to feel like a weak man.
Right. Yeah. I want to add that I love the tattoo. I think it's under his left eye. It says "no quarter." For those of you who know, that's a war term. And when Tom's in this battle with war and he's losing this battle to addiction, and when you say "no quarter," that means you're not giving you've defeated your enemy. So this alcohol, the addiction's defeated him, and he's saying, you know what, mercy, I'm coming to you. But when you say no quarter, it means you're not having any mercy on him. So even though alcohol's won the battle, he's won the battle, it's still coming at him. It's still coming in strong, trying to take him over, and it's not showing any mercy on him. And I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, he gave up smoking, and I may be stretching here, but I just thought about this, the whole water thing and the hands up, that's the international symbol for surrender, much as a baby does when it needs help. Okay. And Tom's like he's being born new here, very much like a baptism, where he's coming out of the water as a new man. And so I'm just trying to start things all over again.
Oh, very good, very good.
On the weekend, I'm in the deep end, fighting with demons. Trying to stay clean, I just really need a reason. My bones are shaking in my hands and feet. I see my rib cage, but I can't eat. I still wake up panicking, so I can't sleep. I just sit in the bathtub and try to breathe. Talk about pitfalls, surrounded by brick walls. This is what kids call withdrawals. Deleted every number from my phone. I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends. I've never felt this bad before. I don't know if I'll make it. Don't have the strength to get off the floor right now, but I'm hoping and praying. My whole life I wanted more. This might be the end, but now I've had too much fun. It's over now. I loved what I hated. Deleted every number from.
So again, this is, and I talked to my daughter. My daughter was saying that she's in this past year in high school age dealt with more kids in rehab, and people close to us have lost children due to drug overdoses. And so this hits home for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to add to that.
No, like Brian said, I mean, a good friend of mine lost her son to a drug overdose about a month ago. And the loss of life is always terrible, especially when it's a young life that's full of so much promise and it's taken early. And like Brian's put that number up earlier before the video, we can't reiterate enough. If you're struggling with it or know someone who is, you cannot defeat this alone. And I brought this up at another video, the biblical reference of the Apostle Paul. I think it's in Romans chapter 7, where he says, and I'm going to paraphrase, I don't know why I do what I do. The things that I don't want to do, I do. The things that I do want to do, I don't. And so, very similar to Tom, if you're going through something like that or know someone who's going like that, you're not alone. And I know sometimes those thoughts get into your head, like you think I'm the only one who's dealing with this. You're not.
And that's when I was going through my depression. That's what you feel like. It's for those who haven't gone through that type of thing. The brain chemistry is very interesting, and you think, oh, just snap out of it. Something happens to the brain, and I could say with chemical addiction, you're chemically altering your brain, and with depression, even though I didn't chemically, something triggered in my brain, and you feel hopeless, and it's hard, and you want to push people away. And even in the line, he says, "I'm gonna beat it or I'm not."
Right.
I mean, and then he says this could be the end, and it's just, it's that feeling of isolation, and we have to know to help and to get people help, because it's hard to do on your own.
Right.
So as you can see, this song kind of hit me. So
But now I've had too much fun, it's over now. I loved what I hate. Deleted every number from my phone, I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends. Deleted every number from my phone, I'm staying home. Really wish that I was drunk with all my friends. I'm gonna beat it or I won't and overdose. Really wish that I was high with all my friends.
Again, just one of those videos that speaks for itself.
yeah, and I mean, kudos to Tom. I mean, he took an experience he went through, and I think, like some of his past videos, I think this will help. If it helps just one person,
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. Again, I'm going to leave this number on here. It's important. There's more than one national number. This is the one I found. Any help will do. And if you look at this, I'm just going to show this real quick. This is 2020. This is the graph of overdose deaths in 2020. So we can all speculate why that went up, the lockdowns, the despair. It all adds, and like I said with my daughter, you take people's right to just congregate and be together.
Right.
And we already have an epidemic of kids being secluded because of video and the internet.
Right.
But look at this spike in 2020, and those are deaths. So that's not just people addicted. And I was wondering, he has, if you look at this picture here at the end, Emily on his eye. Mm-hmm. I couldn't find anything. The only thing I found is that maybe that's his sister's name, who was in People So Stupid. Correct me if I'm wrong. It would make sense.
She's wrong.
Yeah. It could be another Brian is wrong, but if that is his, and I looked everywhere, if that is his sister, that's a good way to honor her. I mean, right there. Obviously, it means something to him. He put the name Emily on his head.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And real quick, man, with Tom's versatility, musically wise, I mean, all the songs that he's done, whether it be Church to Dear Slim to last week it was Don't Look Down, and now he's putting this out there. The guy's he's a musical genius. He's incredible. But
and like you said, musically, it's so good. I mean, he has these harmonies in the background. Yeah. I don't know if that's Nova singing with him. And you contrast it with his last one that had no chorus. It was just straight spitting. This one was, the old style. You got the chorus, you got the pre-chorus, but he does it very well.
Right.
So anyway.
Right. So once again, if you're dealing with some type of addiction, it could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be porn, it could be the cell phone that you're watching this video on that you're addicted to and you just can't put it down. Addictions come in so many different forms and shapes and sizes. Whatever you're doing, you can fight it. Just like Tom, the illustration here that I came up with, being born again and being washed off and being clean. You can do it, but I just want to reiterate what Brian said. You're not going to do it alone. We were all put on this earth to help each other and to coexist. So make sure you lock arms with someone and get the help that you need. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And Brian and I were going to go to one of our earlier comments about an earlier song. It was last week's song, Don't Look Down.
All right, before you do that, we need to talk about the very serious matter of food shortages.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about the short-term food shortages or like the shelves being a little bit bare like during COVID. But I'm talking about real, honest to goodness food shortages like they're having in Cuba right now. And not only that, but I don't know if you guys have watched, but what's going on in South Africa is also horrible. But we have to be prepared. We got to be prepared here, and it's easily to be prepared in this country right now. So don't get caught without food, right?
Right.
I'm talking about national food shortages that'll affect everyone, everywhere.
So would you be ready if that happened? Probably not. That's why we urge you to get some long-term storage emergency food from our friends at My Patriot Supply. They're the original Patriot Survival Company. Over the past decade, they've served millions of American families just like yours. Their mission is your survival. And right now, you can save 25% on a 4-week kit of emergency food that will save the day, probably soon. This 4-week kit has a wide variety of delicious food that provides over 2,000 calories per day, the right amount for optimum survival. So go to preparewithcedricandbrian.com so you can claim your 4-week emergency food kit and save 25% in the process. Order a tasty starter kit for each member of your family, and they'll ship everything quickly and discreetly to your door. Once again, that's preparewithcedricandbrian.com.
All right, you can get all this good stuff, and if you look right here,
Oh my goodness.
25-year shelf life. So somebody mentioned that, why can't you just get canned food? Well, this will last you for 25 years, so that's why you buy this, so that you're prepared. You don't want anything that's going to go bad. You don't want cans that can rust. This is all packaged.
And this is for one individual.
Sealed. Yep, and you get 2 of these
Yes.
for 1 month supply, and you can you keep it somewhere back in your cupboard, and it's there if you need it.
Good deal.
All right.
Good deal.
Now you can read the comment.
All right. Since we're doing a Tom MacDonald review, we thought it'd be appropriate to do a Tom MacDonald comment. And this is going to piggyback on what we said earlier at the beginning of this one, that we are not a reaction channel. We are a review channel. So this is one.
We're not even a review channel. We're a social commentary channel that we happen to review because we were introduced to Tom.
Yes. And this one comes from last week's video, Don't Look Down. And this is from 21 Nolte. And quite simply, he says, I sense a scripted reaction. You are absolutely right.
Well, it's not scripted, but we have seen it before.
Yeah, we have seen it. We didn't write anything down like that, but it's scripted. And again, I'm not clowning other reactors. Some guys will do the whole mouth agape and we don't do that. But the beauty about Tom's songs is that whether you hear it for the first time or you hear it the 20th time, you usually get some type of reaction regardless.
And that's why some people say that they like our reactions, because we are able to dig a little deeper. Because if you just react the first time, you know how you watch something and then all of a sudden it hits you a little bit later. So that's what we do. We kind of let it seep into us and simmer, and then we can come out with these this wisdom.
Right. Wisdom. But there's
wisdom.
There's 500 of the reactors out there.
We're smart.
We're smart.
That's what somebody said.
Yes, there's over 500 of the reactors out there. Watch one of them. I'm sure you'll be pleased. But we thank you guys for watching our channel. By the time we release this, I think we are right knocking on the door. We're like 400 people away from 10,000 subscribers, and we thank all of you for that. A lot of you were introduced to us by Tom MacDonald, and we are thankful for that, and we're thankful to Tom and Nova and Brandon and their whole team for helping put us on the map, so to speak. But in the meantime, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell, and please share our videos with everyone you know. And in the meantime, if you need help, get help, no matter what it is. But please be good to each other. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
I'm Brian.